YouTube, it's cracking. It's your boy, back with another motherfucking video. Check me out though. Look, I had to switch up the program one time. You know what I'm saying? I had to switch up the program because something about this algorithm ain't really feeling what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? At one point, we was booming and skyrocketing, and then we kind of like plateaued and went down. And I'm like, what in the fuck going on? I had to check the analytics. I had to go in the system and punch up some numbers and shit. I came up to the conclusion that, you know what I'm saying, YouTube is a family friendly app. You know what I'm saying? It's family friendly. It's kids on here, 5, 6 years old, watching all kind of shit. And here I come, being me across the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube did what YouTube does. And they pulled me out the algorithm, G. I ain't gonna lie to you. Snatched me up out the function. Pulled me up out the function like I was 14, past 9 o'clock. So I had to figure out a way to try to bypass that, and we working through that. So if you don't see my shorts throughout the day, just be patient. You might stumble across them in the future. You know what I'm saying? Um, Videos as well. We still pumping out the videos, uh, regular scheduled programming, right? But I'm gonna try to ease up off that profanity, G. I'm gonna try to ease up. You know, I'm gonna try to just a little bit, not for the bag, but so you can actually get the message. Because what point is the message if you're not getting it? You know what I mean? So we're gonna see how it go. I ain't gonna water nothing down, but sometimes you gotta can't be too raw. But look, my dudes out there, my teenagers, y'all watching this video because you seen the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? You seen some breastises in the thumbnail, and you read the caption, and you was like, "Gee Willikers, he must be talking about me." You mother, you effing right. I'm talking about you, right? And you know how I know? Cause I used to have these problems, G. We changed them problems into awareness. You know what I'm saying? Once you transfer, once you graduate from having these things as problems, then you transfer it into being aware. So now you just being aware of it. It's still gonna take place. It's all gonna be happening around you, but now you just gonna be aware of it, right? And not only women do this. Don't get it fucked up. Not only women do this. It's definitely a feminine trait. But not only women do this, man. Um, I actually had a dude do it today, like just asking me stupid questions. Like that's a form of manipulation. Expecting me to just play the game and keep answering, and I just sit there quiet on the phone until the nigga hung up. You know what I'm saying? It's all ages, from little to old. It don't matter. It's a art of gaining control. You know, it's the art of self-manufacturing confidence, if you will. So you have different levels of it. You know, you have regular manipulation, um, and then regular manipulation can be something like, I'll just buy chicken. Everybody wants to go on this health thing, right? You want your household to be healthy, so the way you can manipulate that is to only buy healthy foods. That's like a barrier to entry into manipulation, because you're manipulating people to eat healthier just by buying healthy foods, right? And then we have levels that go all the way up to dark manipulation tactics. Now, dark manipulation tactics can be like a form of mind control, G. Definitely a form of mind control. And depending on the person, um, it may or may not work, depending on how strong that person's mind is and depending on how close that person is to whomever is trying to get this thing accomplished. Because you'll have your guards down for a certain person, and depending on if that person is trying to get the job done, is going to depend on if your guard is up or not, right? So take this for instance. Say I come across you on the street and I want to use a dark manipulation tactic, but you're aware of these things, right? It's not gonna work on you, right? Because you're aware of your dark manipulation tactics. Your defense is high, right? But say you're in a relationship with a dude or a woman, and she's doing dark manipulation tactics on you. 9 times out of 10, they'll probably work because you're not expecting to have up a defense against your partner. You know what I'm saying? So usually you find these things in like women do these things a lot with dark manipulation tactics. And I'm not going to go into details about what exactly they are. I'm just going to make you aware of the situations that you may be in, that you might be confused. You might be like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You're frustrated. Why do you keep doing you're arguing, you're yelling, you're screaming. If you're one of those arguing, yelling, screaming dudes, you are going to be their number one target. They want to pull that emotion up out you. They want to pull the emotion out of you, G. They already see you a hothead, you hot tempered, you're willing to yell and scream to get your point across to her. Because that's the way you think it works. You think the louder you yell, the more right you become in the eyes of her, which makes you look weak because you have to actually exert some sort of anger or fear or hopefully not physical abuse in a sense to get your point across, right? So now that we know where you reside on a mental scale, it's easier to start to deploy these tactics on you because you can't get your point across by just speaking. You can't get your point across by being calm. You can't get your point across by being logical, right? So now they know that you're not smart. If you didn't hear that, I'm going to repeat that again. The louder you are, the dumber you perceive to be in the eyes of a female. Now, that doesn't mean you're not a tough dude, right? So don't mistake this for saying you a weenie or something like that, or you won't fight somebody. No, we not even on that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? We in here with it, right? This is the spiritual battle. You know what I'm saying? This is the game of chess. This is the battlefield right here. The battlefield is in here. It's kind of like how war is, you know, in modern times. They're not really bombing nothing, you know, per se. Now, whether you believe it or not, I'm not trying to, you know, guard your feelings. I think the shit that we see on TV majority of the times is fake. The bombs and all that shit, I think is kind of made up in a sense. I think most of the wars is very spiritual, mental battles, and like technological wars. I think the wars are going on the computers now, as far as like hacking and shit like that, getting into government's databases and laying latent there for 20 years until the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Then shut down a certain thing, hack this thing. You know what I mean? Get information. But let's get back on topic. The war and the battle right now, once you've reached to this level, it's going to be mental. You're going to have to be able to think. You need to become a thinker in order to see with your eyes closed. You'll be able to sniff these things out with your eyes closed because it's not going to be what you see at all times. It's mainly going to be what they're saying that's going to get to you. They'll say something and now you're going to react, right? Because what they do isn't going to reflect what they say. Because what they do, they're going to show you that they like you. They're hardly going to do things. They're not going to be around you or do things that you don't like. Um, Maybe they'll do small things just to test you, to test your wherewithal, to see if you're a good guy, bad guy, if you'll flip. That's the test right there. That's the manipulation right there. Small little things. You just, I'm not, I don't know. Leaving the lights on or something small, anything. Whatever you don't like, they'll do that to test you to see how you react. Are you going to be able to be calm and come to me like a grown adult and say, hey, blah, blah, blah? Or are you just going to, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? You got to be able to flip the switch, G. Um, and it's going to take practice. It's going to take time for you to actually arise to the occasion and to be able to pause, process, and then respond, not react, right? So you want to get up to the point to where you feel it, you pause, okay, I know what's going on here. I see what's happening. Then you want to process it. What was the point of that? Oh, okay. Now you respond. Now you keep it pushing. Now you walk past it. Now, once you're able to get to this level, you'll have a lot more success with women, and you won't think that all women are the same. Even though they are, in a sense. You won't think it's all just, they're all playing these fucking games. My mind is fucking blown. It's all good, bro. It's all good, G. You really have to develop a sense of self. You have to start to understand yourself so you can understand the people around you. You won't be able to understand people and the way they move and act and think if you don't understand you. You won't be able to pick up on small signs, gestures, movements, if you don't understand you, right? Once you understand why you do what you do, you can tie that into why they do what they do. Whether it's your relationship, a girl you're dealing with, a dude, a friend, whoever's in your circle, whoever's in your vicinity, you understand them. Once you've understood them, you can understand how to react to them to get what you want out of them, if that's the game they're playing, or you'll be able to understand how to maneuver around certain people, or you'll be able to understand how to manipulate them. So you kind of got like a game of, when you go to the carnivals or the beach or the pier, and they got the horses, all 8 horses on the thing, and they just going along. You got to squirt the water in the hole to get the horse across. So it's either you going to be the horse or you going to be the dude that's squirting the water in the hole, getting the horse to move. Now it's going to be some back and forth, every now and then, right? But you got to be able to be patient and weather the storm to get the results you want, right? Like I said, I'm not going to drop no manipulation tactics on here because I'm not for manipulation. I think people that use manipulation are very weak, very insecure, and they need to do these things to get what they want because they can't get it under their own merit. So I'm not the one to promote it. I'm the one to make you aware of it. If you want to find out what it is and how people use them and what's the key to doing it, you hit another channel, go to type that in. I'm keeping you guys on the YouTube app, so I hope the algorithm hears this. Y'all go in that search bar, type in manipulation tactics, dark manipulation tactics. I know a couple of content creators that are great manipulators, so much so that they believe their own delusion. I'm not going to drop their names. I don't want no clout off of these motherfucking people. I don't know them in real life. But yeah, bro, get your head in the game, bro. And don't even be worried about the women. Don't be worried about the manipulation tactics. You need to worry about getting the bag. You need to worry about your next step. Because the reason why you're reacting to certain things as well is because you're not all the way there yet. You're not under control. You know, you don't know what your next step is going to be. So it's easy to step into a trap. You walking through the dark jungle, you walking through the woods, and you tiptoeing, right? But you can't really see. So you're liable to step into a trap if the path isn't lit up for you, right? So blaze your own path, get you right, and you'll have more successful women. All right? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.